Hello, Radiative. Ah, everything hurts. Oh, my neck. How are you doing, buddy? My meditation has stopped. No, that's totally fair. Are you excited for, Voices of the Void? 0.9? I've actually not seen a whole lot of media on it, but I also don't want to spoil anything for myself. Whoop. Make another tool, right? Only maybe. Is it not promising to be really good? Smack that there. Smack my chisel. That's not what I was trying to do. Gonna have to figure out how to make fire clay bricks. It's not that hard. I'm just being lazy. Alright, so I slightly modified my kitchen counter idea. It's probably gonna go through several changes. For one thing, this isn't going to be the floor. My floor is probably going to be limestone. But like as I build an actual kitchen, I'll probably want to make changes to my counter. Raw fire clay brick. Here we go. Yeah, it's pretty easy. I've got fire clay somewhere. What have you been up to, Radiative? Like in your day-to-day life? Have you still been streaming Risk of Rain? I just saw somebody else streaming that. Or Risk of Rain 2. Not much. Well, I mean... slow can be peaceful. It doesn't have to be boring. Hello, Pocket. My apologies. I'm rapidly dying. Y'all know how it is. My chicken's going bad. Honestly, I'm surprised it's not already bad. Let's go and grab this fire clay. I need to make more fire clay bricks and stuff. And keep forgetting. Yeah, that's fair. Unfortunately, I have to keep streaming to, like, build a good audience. Which is totally fair, but I have been streaming basically every day, and my audience has effectively stagnated. Well, which is bound to happen. It is unfortunate. Go and put those back. My mouse cord is stuck. I need to get a wireless mouse and a second monitor. Oh, shit. Nope, fucking not what I'm trying to do. There we go. Sure that the game is actually where I can see it. There we go. I created a problem, fighting my mouse, and then I didn't even fix the problem. Fixed my mouse, it's fine. Well, no, I fixed the problem, it's not my mouse. I think 12 is the most that can be fired in one go. So I'll just have this loose fire clay brick, which is not unusual for me. Let's go ahead and cut some grass. And Pocket, we should get a server going. And play some Vintage Story in a group. And this is totally not just a ploy to have other people do the stuff I don't want to do. Like, I can't build a good-looking house, but I can make some decent food. I'd actually like the tedious aspects of farming and whatnot. It takes a village. You know what's weird is that I was totally fine. And then I went live, and then suddenly my lungs are like, nope, you're not fine, fuck you. Give me a second. Oh, I like making wine and stuff as well. It's part of the orchard. Pomegranate brandy. Fun shit. Well, in my last series, I was making wine before I even had a cellar. Or a house. One of the first things I made for some reason was a fruit press. I ended up doing that in this one as well. But I think I at least had a quern before I had a fruit press. 16 dry grass. I do hate that if you don't break the snow first, it just destroys the grass without cutting it. There we go. It's just a lot of moving stuff around so I can cut grass. I hope that bees mod updates or whatever. I would like to start raising bees for honey in the spring. But I would also like to not have to build skeps every 20 seconds. And there's a mod that lets you make proper bee houses. No, that's not grass. I don't want it. Yeah, whatever. Put that over there. I should also really do something with my... Boom. Salt. Sleep well, Radiative. I think I'm going to play more Hollow Knight tomorrow, or perhaps I could play Sea of Thieves. I want to like Sea of Thieves more than I actually do, but I do keep bringing up streaming Sea of Thieves, so why not? Let's actually do it. I'll be the coolest streamer playing on Safer Seas all the time. Although honestly, Safer Seas is actually meant for people like myself who like the sandbox but not PvP. I do wish I could stack grass on the ground. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me that I can't. How many sticks do I need? I don't actually know how many sticks I need. Let's just go and grab 28. That's more sticks than I need, for sure. By 4. There's more sticks than I needed by an entire 4. I need to get my fire clay going so I can make some bloomeries. I haven't found iron yet. I would like to find iron, but that's gonna take a while. I need a shovel. Where have I left those? Don't worry, pheasant. You're not my target. No, as you can see, I've been doing a bunch of prospecting. And if I need tin... No, sphalerite is zinc. If I need zinc, there's plenty of it in the area. But right now, what I need is a lantern. I mean, I clearly already have one. I'm trying to make a Molybdecalcos, which I forgot to Google how to pronounce. But we'll just pronounce it wrong. Oh, this is Pete. I don't know what I'm doing. I do like the snow. I just wish there was more to do in the winter. Hell, ideally, I would live in the great frozen north. But there's not a whole lot to do up there. You have to kind of already be established, like what I'm doing. And then just go up there with all your stuff. Alright. Let's get these going. I've got quite the collection of peat going since I apparently forget that I have that. I just collect new peat every time. Although having too much peat is not a bad problem to have. Ow. Ooh, that is a lot of damage from fire. My god. You lit? Yeah, it's lit. So one of the new debuffs to a volley is a plus 75% fire damage taken, which is fair. I actually take reduced frost damage, but I don't think that's a real thing. Oh, no, I don't want to fill my satiety, just my health. Saw how quickly my health went up. That's because I've got no health. Actually, I've got 15 HP. That's not bad, considering I started with like 6. Well. Doesn't feel like we are resistant to winter's chill. Could always do what I did. I'm resistant to winter, up to minus 40 degrees Celsius. Actually, I don't think it's minus 40, but it's pretty high. How much corn is that? Only 4? I've got some corn. Probably enough to put in a stew. I need to find my charcoal. That's what I'm doing. Charcoal. Oh, it's on me. No wonder I can't find my charcoal. It's in my pocket. Lose it in the last place you expect to see. Torch. I'll put in a second one, just to be safe. No, I like this game. Vintage Story is a lot of fun. I think more people should play it. What are you doing? Poor thing is stuck in a hole. Yoink. And my hammer. Boom, boom. I do think that my viewers are getting tired of Vintage Story. Or perhaps I'm just not that good of a Vintage Story player. Weirdly enough, my Vintage Story videos do get better views than basically anything else. But like, I don't have anybody ever in chat, which is fine. Lurkers are the backbone of streamer society. Wait. I'm just lonely. Oh. Oh, I can make herb racks out of this. I don't know how good of an idea that is. To make an herb rack out of lead. But it would probably look pretty cool. Alright, yoink. I cannot wait until I've got auto hammers and all that kind of shit. Assuming I make it to that level of technology this time. The plan was to get there last time as well. Never did. I'm probably not very good at this whole smithing thing. I don't know at what temperature I'm going to have to admit defeat and reheat this thing. It's not cooling very fast, though. Hello, Vikar. How you doing, buddy? Unfortunately, there's not many in chat. Vintage Story has amazing vibes, so it truly does seem to be the, like, lurker's game. But that's fine. I've got to pay attention to my shitty smithing. Eventually I'll be able to automate this. At least if I have wind power. Heck yeah! Let's go ahead and cool this off. I said cool it off. Throw that back in the water, so help me. And put that thing back where it came from, also help me. You ever seen Monsters, Inc., Vikar? Alright. I now have a molybdenhalcus plate. How the fuck do you pronounce that word? I don't know, I was just referencing it. It's a funny movie. Bra-ba-ba-ba. Do. That's not helpful. How to? Yeah, that's what I said. So apparently it's molybdocalcus. That sounds stupid. Molybdocalcus. I'm going to continue to mispronounce it every time I say it. Not even in the same way. Inconsistency is key. Oh, I left my lantern inside. If I come out here and look over my empire, which is a bit of a joke, I don't have an empire, it's just a river, or ocean. Oh, help! I'm stepping on my own thorned plants. We're going to pretend none of that happened. Parts of the ocean, it's pretty spotty, are actually starting to freeze. Which is no good. I have to build some chests so that I can go out and explore before the ocean freezes up completely. I actually don't think the ocean's going to freeze up completely. And even if it somehow did, I can just get out of here by breaking it. How come you can walk through the thorns? Everybody's immune to my plants but me, I guess. Are you alright yet? I don't think these are rotting. No, it's rotting. Put it back down. Do you think you would like Vintage Story, Vikar? There are issues with the server. Not huge issues. Definitely not insurmountable. It would just be really hard to have people living in different places. Because, like, if one person is more active than everyone else, time would just keep moving. And go through all the effort to, plant an entire field of cabbages. And while you will probably get your cabbages back, when you come back, you won't have cabbages. It's very sad. Like if you cry every time. You know that you'd find much enjoyment in this game? That's totally fair. Watch a streak reached. A 20 stream streak. It's not bad. Marble liked this game. Probably get Marble to host again at some point in the future. Marble also starved to death a lot. No, we'll come back. No, the motherboard is probably either shorted or just dead, so rip. That is unfortunate. Even if you can't remember what was in there, regaining access to something that you've lost for so long would be cool. Also, welcome back. No Nakitro. I think is how I pronounced it the last time. I still have my old laptop. I've not tried to revive it, but I'm pretty confident it's just dead. Yep. More and more of the ocean is freezing every day. Wonder if I shouldn't just park my boat further from land. I'll be fine swimming to it. Alright. There we go. The ocean should not freeze too randomly. Like, it'll only freeze in places that aren't too deep. 'Cause we're in too deep, and I'm trying to keep up above in my head. I'm excited to eventually build a proper house. I've got a lot of work to do before I'm ready to do that, though, unfortunately. Just so much to do. Oh, hell yeah, these are done. I probably could have held off on this, considering I don't even have enough quartz to set one off, but nobody ever accused me of being smart. Alright, so this here is called a bloomery. You don't have to cover the top. So, like, even if rain gets in there, it should be fine. But what it does is it uses airflow to heat stuff hotter than it would otherwise be able to burn. Kinda neat. Put in another computer. My laptop is probably too recent to be able to be easily taken apart. Toshiba doesn't like when you mess with their shit. Anyway, I don't have a pickaxe on me. And so even if I already had what I'm looking for, it would not benefit me. Where is... Here we go. This is my bronze one. It totally fucking is. And then I want my prospecting pick. Which is not on me. Here it is. Oop. There we go. You put that fucking back down right now. I kind of want to make an herb rack. I probably won't need one for a while. Maybe do something similar like what I did with the boat. And just show off a couple different types of herb rack and have people vote on which one looks the best. Of course, I don't have a kitchen that they can look good in yet. But it's on the to-do list. Was there quartz down here? If I can find a large amount of quartz... I don't know why I pluralized that. If I can find a large amount of quartz relatively close to the surface... Bird democracy. I had people vote... Also, hello, Pale Hunter. On my boat. And the Ebony won pretty unanimously. I do prefer walnut as a lumber. But the issue is that it looks too samey, like the ratlines and sails all are the same color. I'm pretty sure I can just use copper hooks. And as long as I use a bismuth herb rack top, the hooks will just look like bismuth. Oop. Ow. Is this fire clay? Holy shit, it's fire clay. I don't think I've got my shovel on me anymore. Let's go and pick this up while I'm down here. Getting back out of here is going to be a pain in the ass. I'll take falls that would not have been survivable if I was not a bird for 500 Alex. Well, no wonder nobody can ever find fire clay. It's deep underground, buried under coal. Well, if I was gonna hide fire clay under coal, seems like a decent place to put it. Well, I don't think that fire clay bricks are going to be an issue anymore. This is not even what I came down here looking for, though. I wish I could conjure a shovel. Well, quartz is pretty common. I would not have found this fire clay if I didn't fall super far into this hole. Since I am cheating anyway, I do wish that I would just go full hog and give myself the conjure shovel and pickaxe spell as well. But I must practice patience. I will eventually be able to conjure those things on my own. Just to turn my spell staff into like a Swiss Army knife. Do I have a stick on me? No. I've got rocks, so if I did have a stick, I would have been willing to craft a shovel just to make this go a tiny bit faster. I actually still don't even have iron, but once I do, I'll be able to fire a bunch of those bloomeries. And so far all you've missed is that I finally made that molybdenum calcose plate. I looked up how to pronounce it and decided I'm not going to pronounce it like that. I already forgot how it's actually pronounced. Kind of weird. It looks like there's like little flecks of gold in the fire clay. I wonder what mineral is actually supposed to be in there. Boom. But yet, I would like to start alchemy, which is going to require I make herb-racks, and herb-racks are pretty expensive. So if I'm going to be making a bunch of them, I want them to be an herb-rack that everybody agrees looks pretty decent. Whoop. Alright, I perhaps don't need to be harvesting all of this now. Of course, getting out of here is going to be a pain in the arse. Oh damn, it just keeps going down. Whoop. Where are we going? Ooh, some more saltpeter. Some even more saltpeter. There's a rusty gear on the ground that I kind of want. But this does not look like a hole I'm going to be able to easily get out of. I should probably mark it with something. There we go. That's probably going to stand out. Fucking hell, this just keeps going down. There's a both one down there. I do like how I keep pointing out rusty gears. I'm like, oh, I want that. And then I don't pick it up. This is not the first time I've done that. Whoop. What is this? Ooh, bismuth. Yes. Yes, I want the bismuth. That's a good amount of bismuth, too. This dig spell is a tiny bit overpowered. Like, it sounded overpowered. Oh, damn. I somehow didn't know you could do that. I picked up the ore. I guess it makes sense. But yeah, I am going to put it to a vote. However, I would really like to make my Urbrax out of bismuth. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this while I'm down here. Bismuth is very pretty in small amounts, and if all I'm using it is for my Urbrax, well, that classifies as a small amount. I do wish bismuth blocks were A, cheaper to craft, since other than decoration, what else would you be doing that for? Hello there. Don't mind me. What is this? Medium. That is a lot of copper. Yep, nothing else down here. Kind of want the copper too. Don't worry about the drifters. We have an uneasy alliance. Whoop. Although honestly, underground I would be fine with monsters being hostile to me. It's the annoying ones above ground that I take issue with. It's the same logic that I would be okay with wolves and stuff still being hostile to me even though I'm in passive mode. Because like if a wolf attacks me, that's because I'm in its home. How do I uncrouch? Sometimes, without asking me, my Avali stands up and then I can see through the wall partially. It's unintended, but it is pretty useful. I've got monster hostility set to passive. I would be fine with monsters attacking me when I'm underground, but above ground, if I'm trying to do chores, getting attacked by 500 whatchamacallums, could you not? Because if I hit you, you will attack me. Sentries. I was just trying to harvest my corn, and was attacked by 4 sentries in a row. Can they not get through 1 block gaps? I for some reason thought they were able to. I know the crawling ones can. But if even regular drifters can't get through 1 block gaps, my being able to is more powerful than I first thought. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and try to get out of here. When push comes to shove, I want to go up there. We've got some ladders and dirt. Let's use the dirt first. Ooh, chert cobblestone. Oh yeah, I made that. I was gonna say, it's like, where'd I pick that up? I didn't. Whoop. Ooh. Yeah. If monsters were hostile to me, which I'm alright with them being, this would be a dangerous place to be hanging out. Which is ultimately wild. There's not even anything in here. Is like a dungeon nearby, or do y'all have a nest here just because? No, I think that it's just a random locust nest. Shivers look so goofy when they swim. I actually like the oxidization layer. I wish there was like a block of rust I could chisel stuff with. Let's go and check out what's up here and then head back out of here. Because I did not bring food. Ooh. And I would like to not starve. Apparently I wouldn't like to not starve. So much that I wouldn't bring a fucking food source. Ooh, more fire clay. Ooh, this chest isn't even ruined. Just gonna put the peridotite in there. I'm going to grab the fire clay. Can have the chert as well. I need this. Ooh, huntsman tunic, some metal scraps. Oh, there's a crock. Oh, nothing in it. If there was anything in there, it would just be rot. Ooh, bunch of aged firewood. I kind of want the aged firewood, but I don't want it enough that I'm going to take it with me. Brown coal. Ooh, some bones. Bones are good. What do I not care about? Can I have this single length of a rope? Oh, acacia seed. I don't need that, so I'm not going to take it. But if that is something I needed, it would have been a really good find. That does seem to be everything in here, though. Let's go ahead and head out. Nope, that's just the other side of this. Squeeze through. And check out over here. And then I really do gotta get out of here. Nope. A ton of saltpeter, though. Alright, let's head back home. If I can actually get out of this cave. Whoop. Gotta remember why I came down. Although in a lot of ways, I didn't come down here willingly. I fell. Just like the start of Undertale for real. Well, here's the rusty gear I keep saying I want and then didn't pick up. Yeah, shut up. Yeah, I hear ya. Starving to death down here would be a funny way to go. I'll have to come back with, like, ladders, or even rope ladder. Alright. Yep, shut up. You refuse to eat the raw saltpeter off the wall, so your hunger is voluntary. I don't want to hear anything about saltpeter being used in gunpowder. It should be totally safe to eat. It's got salt in the name. Ooh, more bismuth. Is there a pig down here, or did I just hear that from above ground? Was that really it? On the bismuth front? I think so. Where? Oh shit. I'd like to not die, if avoidable. I can make more ladders. Alternatively, I could just collect a lot of this dirt. Oh shit. Aww, it's a baby piglet. Poor thing fell to its death. It happens, unfortunately. What can I get rid of? Guess I'd rather have a means of getting out of here than a single chert knife. Whoop. Whoop-a-pow. Alright, switch to the cobblestone. Technically, I could make more cobblestone. It would just not be a very good use of my metal. I mean, clay. Alright, low fertility soil. Oh shit, I can't get out this way. Ladder. I have an idea. I'll get out my usual way. And future historians are going to find all these weird holes and wonder what strange force of nature made them. And presumably there will be evidence of a mage around. Boom. Me just digging a hole. Oh my. You know, I had more energy before I started streaming. I don't know what happened. My energy level just went from like 25 to 2. Brain EB. Oh hey, I'm closer to the surface than I thought I was. I did also just create another hole I can potentially fall in. Oh, but nobody ever accused me of being smart. Let's get out of here. Also, if I need fire clay bricks in the future, there is a ton of fire clay down there. How am I getting stuck? Probably because I'm trying to climb a hill. I never have to climb this to get this way, so I probably don't have to climb it to get out. Just found more bees, though. Alright, let's go. Running around at the speed of starving to death. Whoop. Hopefully next year I'm able to grow pumpkins. Expanded Foods makes pumpkins really darn good. You can actually put pumpkins into muffins, which can already be OP as fuck. To give them a bit of vegetable satiety, as well as all of the other benefits of using pumpkins already. Right. Eat some food. Boom. That is actually already one of my crocs down. And probably will start starving towards the end of winter. I have to uncover my whatchamacallit, my fish lake. That's a lot of bismuth. Give me 1 second. And that didn't help at all. Alright. I should probably consider sleeping. Now that I've eaten a meal, my hunger won't go down for a bit. Oh, Vicar has no audio anymore. Which is unfortunate. I was about to ask them to find me a 10-hour video of a smoke detector beep going off every 6 minutes. Just to play in the background. Alright, well, thanks for stopping by and saying hello, Pale Hunter. Just remember to fear the old blood. We need more eyes. Uh-oh. Yes, I got my pickaxe on me. Some weird fucking dogs out here. What the dog doing? Right, so I'm being silly. There is surface quartz in a couple of places. I've found but not marked it. However, I believe there's also quartz just in a wall over here. I should repair my staff. Don't let me forget to do that. Although I am pretty tempted to just get a tier 3 staff. And more spells. Maybe just a tier 2 staff. Crafting the tier 3 one legitimately can be a fun thing that we all do on stream eventually. One of these days. Just one of those days. You don't want to wake up. Everybody sucks. Everything's fucked. What's the name of that band again? Flaccid Biscuit? Har 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 har. I was pretty sure anyway that there was a bunch of quartz in a wall around here. You know, it might actually be in the water. What was this? Lead. Would be cool to get more Molybdenum. Alright, so here's borax, which does just require bronze. Where'd the lead go? Here's the quartz we were looking for. Ow. Who would have thought there would be consequences for my actions? Not me, that's for sure. Oh, I just glitched into a block. I guess I live here now. This is where I live. There we go. Probably won't, but I'm hoping to find some smoky quartz. Oh, fucking help. Mining in water is not ideal. Oh. No, that's probably not smoky quartz. Well, I've learned better than to get my hopes up about things anyway. Clear quartz. Quartz chunk. Yeah, nope. Not seeing any smoky quartz. This place is temporally unstable. And I just found silver. I don't know that I'm going to be able to find enough silver to make a plate, but if I can... The, whatchamacallit we're about to put on our lantern? Or boat? Will be a great lantern. Ack! Have to keep our eyes open for more silver as well. I think I put my prospecting pick down to pick up my bowl. So prospecting for it's not an option. But it's going to be in the quartz. Alright. I am losing my mind fighting this water all the time. So, just come up here. I don't know why. I seem to be such a weak swimmer. And there we go. Like, for some reason, I'm actually unable to fight the current. It would be fine, but it's not that strong of a current. I don't know if Vivali are strong swimmers, but Yavali should be. All they do is fish. Although I do think I would like there to be large monsters and shit in the water. What's my silver? Oh, it's poor native silver. 10 units? Yeah, 3 is not going to be enough to make a plate. But it's fine. There will be more quartz where that came from. Oh, good. I accidentally broke it out. Got that there. Let myself know there's a wall. Oh, sweet, some native silver. I don't like that it's poor, but if I can find more native silver. I unfortunately need 200 units. Which is going to be 20 of these little baby chunks. I don't even have 10. Excuse me. More silver. Prospecting pick would be handy. Quartz, quartz, quartz. My kingdom for more silver. At the very least, I'm going to have a lot of quartz. Probably build a greenhouse at some point where I'm headed. I do like how I keep saying where I'm headed, as if I actually have a goal, like a destination. What can I get rid of? Let's go ahead and get rid of the andesite. Nobody actually cares. Andesite is pretty useful in Minecraft create mode, or create mod. But I need no such thing in Vintage Story. Alright. I don't need this much quartz, so I'll probably abandon this for now, and come back later with my prospecting pick, and see if I can't find more silver in any of this mess. Alright. Let's get out of here the usual way. Go ahead and stack this up so that I can find the entrance to my hole. Alright. At the very least, I've got enough quartz that I can do what I was looking for quartz to do. Hello, Bob. Yes, I'm trying to make a lantern. Ah, fuck my knee. Well, I can probably make a lantern with the stuff I've got now. Unfortunately, I couldn't find more silver, so I won't be able to make a plate. But if we can find quartz, there is a surprisingly decent chance that that quartz also contains silver. It can also contain gold, but nobody cares. You do need silver and gold both to make black bronze, but you need, like, so much of it to do anything that it's not worth it. But, no. That was on purpose. Why do you ask? All of my notifications have to be weird. Actually, for a while, my notification messages made it sound like I was being held hostage. And that was fun. It's all good. I wish I could breathe through my nose. Yeah, I knew somebody pointed it out. I didn't know for sure that it was you. Oh, that's just lead. Don't get me wrong, I do want lead. I don't need it right now. Ooh, I'm stuck. But yeah, if you see that white strip along the mountain there, that's all quartz. It's possible for it to contain silver. Not likely, though. I'm actually not a big fan of church. The stone in this area is one of the main reasons I wouldn't consider living here long term. Sure, I've been here for about a year. How do I get smoky quartz? Oh, I guess it's a crystal I gotta find and then break up. Oh well, no smoky quartz for me. Yet. Alright, so it should just be the lantern. The candle I don't have. Whoop. Nope, let's put that back. What did I do with my candle? Oh, am I starting again? Wild. Can I use a mage candle? No. That would be too powerful, I suppose. Have to climb his labs. Oh no, let me eat some food. I don't actually think I've played the first Half-Life game, but I do know what you're talking about. Oh, this one's just protein. Ooh. I just picked a random one and opened it. And candle. That's what I'm looking for. Candle. If I was... Oh, here it is. And candle. My Molybacalcus. Ah, there we go. Lantern made. Boom. I do like a look at the look of this metal. Unfortunately, no silver for me. But it's fine. At this point, I need to make nails and strips so I can add some bolts to my lantern. My boat is parked pretty far away, because the water around my island is very slowly freezing. And it's less likely to freeze all the way out here. What's that little bar above my head? It's like a stamina bar? I don't think that's a thing. Weird. Anyway, check out the lantern. Pretty nifty stuff, right? I might make a second one for me to carry around, so that that one can specifically be for the boat. Those of you paying attention at home probably noticed that I'm already holding a lantern. I don't like how this one looks. Like, it's not a bad lantern, and it does the job. I just like it. I deserve a better lantern. Well, since my lantern's made, I technically don't even need this. Let's get it going, though. 24 quartz chunks. I will at some point need to be able to breathe through my nose. It's kind of concerning that I suddenly can't do that. No problem. Have a good day, Inger. Honestly, this stream is going to be pretty chill, low energy. Mostly because I'm stupid and low energy. Let's go ahead and get some copper, or some other material I don't care quite as much about. Melt it down into some stuff. Here we go. Break my copper down. That's a good amount of nugs. I'm going to need another fucking hammer, but that's not the point. That's what the kids call neither here nor there. Why can't I breathe? Send help. Ba-bum. You know what? Let's go ahead and keep these here. And then we'll just put dirt over them. I don't think snow counts as rain anyway. So they'd be totally fine. I say that and then my fucking clay thing just explodes. Alright, so 100, 200, 300... 500, 600. Where's all my copper? I've got a lot of it on me. Oh, I don't need more than this anyway. There we go. Let's bring it up to temp with firewood. I am running low on firewood. Heck, it might be worth my effort to go collect all that coal. I'm sorry, that was unladylike of me. I don't need the coal. Probably will go grab it, though. Grab the coal, since I believe it burns longer than charcoal does. Grab the fire clay, so I can make more fire clay bricks. Oh yeah, Pocket. Were you here when I was showing off my counter? I updated the look a tiny bit. It's now got debarked walnut as like the base. There will be other counters next to it. Nobody's got a problem with it, as long as you are okay. Okay with what? Me being dumb? I do wish I could breathe through my nose, but that has nothing to do with my stupidity. But yeah, so there will be more counters next to it. So like it won't just be this one. And of course some of them aren't going to be functioning countertops. Like one of them is going to be made into a sink. Perhaps two, I could make like a double wide sink, just because. And then of course the ovens are also going to like try to blend in with the countertops. Well, it's kind of super simplistic. It's just got this lip of polished netherite, and then some engraved netherite in the front as like a little plate, and then all around the edge, because the default edge of the polished netherite doesn't look very good. But yeah, I think it's going to come out looking nice, eventually. I just have to hope that the rest of the kitchen also looks good. Oh shoot, this is already to temp. Gonna put that there, put down my last piece of firewood, and grab my tongs. Bum bum. Bum ba-dum bum. But yeah, the floor is not going to be this bright. The astrolith is just a weirdly bright stone. I'm probably going to use limestone, which is also white. It's just not, like, as aggressively white. Honestly, the astrolith does not look bad with all this snow. Come on. To be fair, this is 600 units of copper, so I'm not surprised it's taking a while. Hopefully, whatever island I choose to eventually settle on has iron under it. There are a couple of things that are pretty important to me. I would like for my dream home to contain both basalt and limestone. I've seen them together in the past. But more importantly, I would just like it to be somewhere kind of like this, where there is mountain, but also ocean not too far by. Because if I have a mountain, I can collect ice, even during the winter. I mean summer. Cut ice. Requires glacier ice and a saw. How do I get lake ice? I don't think I can use lake ice, which is unfortunate because I don't think I can make glacier ice. Maybe. I've never tried making an artificial lake up there where there's already ice. If it does not make glacier ice, though, my reason for wanting to live near a mountain would be pointless. Let's go and stack these over here somewhere. As weird as it sounds, the main reason I'm excited for iron is because I want to make a beehive kiln, which requires an iron door. And with the beehive kiln, I can start making black ceramics. Of course, if my counter's going to be black, perhaps having black ceramics would be a bit much, but we'll figure it out. I plan on making the floor and the wall out of a lighter material, so all of the decorative elements being dark will look better, maybe. If you look at my Avali's color palette, I very clearly have never studied color theory. Because my Avali is hard as hell to see. Anyway, let's find out if snow counts and will break my shit. To be fair, it's nestled in there pretty tightly. That green rock, I can't remember the name of. I don't like the color green. But maybe if it's like just an accent piece, I could probably make it work. Alright, there we go. Let's go look at it. This one here. It's called Zegenite? I don't know how you would pronounce that. Now, let's go ahead and put it right here so we can get a look at it. Yeah, it's a tiny bit much. But like, if you liked the look of this stone, I'm sure the polished version looks better. And it could pretty easily be used as like just a detail piece in chiseling. What I really want, and I don't know how to get, is moonstone. If I am just using it for chiseling, I'm sure people wouldn't mind if I cheat. Oh, mooncloth robe. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, this moonstone here is very pretty. And as long as you don't use the edges, because the border looks weird. Like, I feel like this could be used for a lot of very pretty stuff. I know where to get this. I just don't know where to get the block. Ah, the mooncloth. Why is the mooncloth robe sold by... Oh no, it's purchased by a furniture trader. That makes more sense. I wish I could breathe. A long sleeve pearl mooncloth? Or moon robe? I don't know what a moon robe is, but it's kind of pretty. Yeah, I don't know that it is craftable. I think it would look great in, like, very small amounts. Maybe like a little backboard. Are you all done yet? Yes. Yes, it is. So it's currently nighttime. Let me go ahead and put my stuff away. I'm going to have to make some chisels and bits. That's a joke. I already have a chisel. I'm just going to put my quartz away. Go. Game mode C. Grab a moonstone. And come back into S. So, like, obviously, gotta watch out for that snow. Yeah, as a full block, that's ugly as hell. It is researchable, though. Must research the moonstone. Alright, researched the moonstone. That increased my mana by 6. Impressive. Go ahead and take my hammer and my chisel. I'm unable to breathe. Alright. Well, let's go put that there, just so that I can see. Oh shit, I can't take this snow layer off of this. Let's go into to the side. Whoops. Did that not work? Can I not chisel moonstone? Whoop. Huh. Meditation has stopped. Let's just drop it here and see if it's chiselable. No. Does not seem to be a chiselable stone. Well, that's sad. I could have sworn it was. And my settings let me chisel pretty much anything, unless those have accidentally reset. Let's see if it'll let me chisel some dirt. Nope. I can't chisel shit. So maybe my settings got reset, or the server crashed. Saving. Single player. Streaming. Customize. Survival challenge. Normal. Most cubic blocks. Apply. Save. Launch streaming again. Loading. It remembers. 1 second. Alright, I live. I don't know if I want the moonstone on the counter itself, or acting as like a sort of little backer. I'd have to make a piece of, whatchamacallit, to see if that looks good at all. Did that just crash my game? No. No, it didn't. That might be a tiny bit much on the counter itself. Just put it down here where I won't even see it. No, you don't. Fuck you. I do like how it shimmers. I don't know what I would do with it, though. I don't know. Back to the drawing board. We'll figure it out. And it's not like I even have a kitchen. So we'll see what looks good with what when it becomes a little bit more relevant. Got dislodged. Have you tried just shaking the headphones really hard and seeing if you could relodge the component? Nope, put that back. I'm pretty confident that would work. And you can trust me, I'm an idiot. There's another material that would probably not look nearly as good, called bloodstone. Oh, whoops. I just went into survival mode from survival mode. Let's go back into survival mode. I've actually already got a little bloodstone right there. I don't know that that would look good in anything. Shiny, though. Maybe in, like, extremely small amounts. Let's look at there. Remind me of my crimes. Alright. Put that there. Oh shit, my inventory is like full of garbage. Super full. Who knows? Maybe once I actually build a house, for the first time in my entire life, I might have a storage area. Don't hold your breath. But it's totally possible. Alright. Oh shit. I do be running low on charcoal. Light it up. Bum, bum, bum. I can't breathe. Send help. Oh yeah, this room probably doesn't count as a room anymore. There you go. Not that I need this place to count as a room. I won't freeze to death, even if it doesn't. Yeah, I also kind of suck at building. The plan is to make somewhere that looks nice. So hello, Laxia. Well, what are your thoughts on this stone here? I don't like the color red. But it is shiny. Shit. Well, I spaced out. Nails and strips. Let's try to get this made. And because I spaced out, I probably am going to have to waste it. second charcoal. Heating it up. Bring these over. Boom, boom. I believe it just smacks the second ingot right on top. So it's probably fine. We're good. We are golden. We are Gucci. Oh, this isn't a mod. This is just what smithing is like in Vintage Story. It's very chill, actually. And pretty therapeutic in its own ways. At least until your hammer breaks while you're actively trying to smith the metal. Not that I ever go into metalworking without a spare hammer. That would be careless of me. And not something I would ever do. Oops, can't move that. Can actually do some pretty silly stuff with this metalworking system. But it is pretty fun. Boom, nails and strips. I mean, nails and strips. What the hell is wrong with me? I often joke that I'm dying, but I might actually be dying. You cool enough to handle? Yes. Yes, it is. Good, good. I actually didn't need this spare hammer. Although I didn't know that until I finished the project. Grab my lantern. Oh, sweet. My first herb rack can be made. So what are we feeling for the herb rack? Walnut or ebony? Now keep in mind, this is just a copper one. So the only thing we can be showing off, really, is how the wood looks, not the metal. I think I'm gonna go ebony or walnut this time. There's a chance that ebony will look better once we've got a proper house going. On account of the fact that I plan on using the material for my walls and floors. I plan on them being pretty light. So all the decorative stuff, such as the herb rack, are going to be darker, probably. Let me see here. Raw cuttings for horsetail. And that turns into dry cuttings. Turns into cooked cuttings, which is an ingredient. How do I make the tea? That's what I'm looking for. It's not real tea. Teal book. And potion tea is just a basic potion base and 2 liters of water. Oh damn, I mean that does require a mushroom. But I actually didn't even need the herb rack. I don't have any mushrooms though. I'm not entirely sure. I even have a mortar and pestle. I know I need to be productive, but I also can't breathe through my nose. Let's go ahead and grab some food. Grab a shovel. Grab my pickaxe. And then I'll go grab all of that fire clay and black coal. Boom, go ahead and eat this. Which one of you is open? Yep, that one was the open one. I should probably separate the two non-open ones from the open ones so I don't fuck it up. Can I drop these on the ground, like, for storage? How is that? Yep. I can just pile nails and strips on the ground. That's what we like to see. I do actually appreciate the sheer amount of nonsense the game will let me stack on the ground. As somebody who does not organize their storage, like, ever, being able to store shit on the ground in a way that looks as cluttered and chaotic as possible. Yes, please. Huh. Could have sworn there was a shovel over here. Making another shovel is not a big deal. Just hoping I wouldn't have to do that. Right? Not only is stacking stuff on the ground like this efficient, but in a weird, chaotic way, I do actually like how it looks. That's how I organize stuff in my room in real life. We have the clean clothes pile and the dirty clothes pile. Don't mix those up. Whoops. I'm constantly dropping stones on purpose, but that was accidental. No, that's an axe head. Alright, we'll make 2 shovels. I've still got my pickaxe on me. There we go. Whoop. Let's go ahead and somehow get lost in my tiny cellar. Perfect. 2 sticks. Probably get away with putting my bones in the cellar. I don't need my salt on me, but if I keep my salt on me, it will dry faster. One of these should already have bones in it. I guess not. What do I do with my bones? I suppose those could have been my bones. Let's go and grab some potato chips. Go the fuck away, taskbar. There we go. Taskbar is constantly getting in my way. My sudden inability to breathe through my nose. Better not be some indicator that I'm getting sick for like the 3rd time. In less than 2 months. I don't have time for that. Do. Help. I can't breathe. I don't think this is a mucus issue. It does seem to be a sinus one. So when I get up to pee, sooner than later, I'll just slap on some Vicks Vapor Rub and call it good. Right, where's that hole on the ground I fell in? Ideally, I would find the hole before I just fall in it a second time. But if that has to be how I find it, well, that's how... Oh, here we go. Whoop. Certainly seems to be the right hole. Alright, yeah. The coal and shit's further down. Alright. Let's go ahead and start digging. Oh shit, I never repaired my mage's staff. That's fine, I don't plan on using it while I'm down here. I would like to, but I shouldn't. It's a good amount of coal as well. I'll take it. Alright. I do seem to be suffering. Send hope. And tell my wife and kids they don't exist. Whoop. And there we go. Now I can start digging through it properly. There is no end to all this fire clay. Obviously that's not true. Yeah, or maybe not. It could be true. Okay. Nope, it's still going. I don't think 2 shovels was enough. Meh. This is what most cave explorers look like, if they're just small birds. I'm crouching, able to fit through the block, but my head is clipping into the ceiling. Now, fire clay is good, because you can use it to make blocks that you cannot make with red or blue clay. Damn, this thing is still going. Alright, this does seem to be the actual end of it. I can probably make a second oven. I don't currently need a second oven, but having one would be nice. Look at all this fire clay. And people who have played Vintage Story in the last couple of months will actually know how good it is to find this much of this shit. It has become much more rare in the past, like, couple updates. I think 1.20 point something made fire clay only spawn in certain conditions, which I suppose could be more realistic. But some of us need to craft ovens, damn it. Quick, somebody get on a clay onion mod. Obviously not edible, but I would like to be able to make onions out of fire clay. Maybe you can have a character with a pica trait that is able to eat the clay onions. Although pica is a disorder, I don't know if that's appropriate to make jokes about. I asked a buddy of mine if Mr. Clean wouldn't look better without eyebrows. Could be the first mascot with alopecia. And he's like, I don't think that's funny. And I'm like, it wasn't supposed to be a joke. I'm being 100% genuine right now. But even if he didn't canonically have alopecia, I do still think that Mr. Clean looks better without eyebrows. Or without eyebrows. Peel those off. Dang, this is a good amount of fire clay. I wish I had more pocket space. I can just have Pocket carrying my things for me. What do you think, Pocket Bat, if you're still around? Would you be cool with being relegated to a walking storage? Alright. It's still fucking going. Whoop. Gotta climb. Might as well collect a stack of coal while I'm down here as well, and then get back out. Hello, Pocket Bat. How would you feel about being relegated to walking storage? Extra pocket space? Depends. Like the adult diaper brand? My apologies. My inability to breathe has got me in a weird mood. Look at all this coal, though. Whoop. My inventory is a mess. You're behind again? Oof. I do wonder how that ends up happening. The internet is an enigma. It's a mystery to me. Diamond just got compressed coal. Or Diamond is just compressed coal. Diamond isn't very useful in Vintage Story. You can use it to trade with some traders. But you're not going to be making tools or armor out of it, for sure. Oh, that's a full stick. I don't want to leave any behind. But also don't have anything I'm willing to get rid of. I guess 15 cattails. And then I can collect a tiny bit more. Until I once again have a little bit more than a stack on the ground, and then I'm like, fuck. And that being said, I should probably leave this cave. My pickaxe is already half broken. And I am going to want to be able to collect iron so that I can make a better one. Alright, let's get out of here. Well, I've still got the ability to do so. Can you still make iron tools using a copper hammer? It's a bit silly that you can, but it is handy. No idea. I cannot place this because there's a block or a creature in the area. You mean me? Well, if I'm fast about it, I can skip blocks hopping up like this. Perfect. Although I really should just make like an actual ladder or something. Alright, let's get back home. On the road again. Now, so to make iron tools, you need a bronze anvil, because a copper anvil would be too soft to actually mold the tools. But a copper hammer can be used just fine. I don't know, I'm constantly trying to climb up shit. If I didn't have to climb to get over there, I don't have to climb to get back. I suppose unless I dropped down. So anybody else here drink too much eggnog? I did. Although, is there such a thing as too much eggnog? All right. Okay, so on reflection, this is a lot of fucking fire clay. Boom. Let's go ahead and stack this up. But hey, I'm going to have bloomeries out the ass once I do get bloomeries. And I can use the remaining fire clay to make ovens. One can never have enough onions. Fucking hell. Ovens. Well, what do they call it? Oven when you out the food? There we go. That was perhaps a tiny bit wasteful. But I can make more of those. In fact, where's that thing I made? I need to stop doing that. This. How does this work? I can use this to upgrade this, supposedly. Oh. Yep, that upgraded it, actually. It now holds up to 25. Can I get it back out? Yeah. Interesting, interesting. Let's go and sleep. Honk. Me, am I right? I guess I just gotta make some chests. Well, and then I'll be ready to do a tiny bit of exploring. Ideally, I would have more shelf-stable food on me, but it is what it is. I can technically make a bunch of rusks. I don't know if that'd be the most entertaining thing to watch, though. That is actually one of the best speds in the game. It allows you to sleep for 9.5 hours. And just keep stacking my coal. I'm straight up stacking it. And by it, I mean my coal. Oh yeah, thank you, Beauty. There is no reason to have done that. Right, let's grab my nails and strips. How many... Should I make some seats? Clearly I'm playing alone. But would my boat look better with a seat? I wish I could bring a whole ass oven onto my boat. And technically I could, it would just have to be in storage. The universe has yet to realize my genius. Whoop. Yes, to making a boat, or a seat from my boat. Probably just keep a seat near the front, just because. Can I put a walnut seat in a ebony boat, I wonder? Let's go find out. I do wish I had access to more silver. If I could make a little plate for my lantern, I would be golden. Let's go ahead and sail out here. I don't know, I just said sail, I'm clearly swimming. Sail! Hop in my boat. Okay, yeah, I can put a little walnut boat, or walnut seat in there. Just have a bunch of storage. Doesn't need to look good, just has to be storage. Now, even with this seat here, actually, I cannot turn around and access my chests more easily. In fact, that seat really just exists to get me stuck. Whoop. Let's go and pull it out. I can put a post there. Or a 6th chest. The boat is awfully small. I would like a larger boat. And I would like it to actually have like a bedroom and a kitchen in it. Just normal things to want in your boat. Alright. I wish I had more materials. Can I put the boat seat on the ground? Like, make a little chair? No. Can only be placed in a boat, apparently. Would be cool if you could. Let's go ahead and just yeet that. Yeet it! I guess I'll make it some more ovens. One second. Alright, not a lot of space down there for making ovens. Yeah, seems like a good spot for it. Fire clay. Making clay ovens. Do 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 do. Alright. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. This is the beauty of vintage Dory. Gaze at the majesty that is just clay forming. I can just duplicate this layer a couple times. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. It is not hard lime, difficult time. But how many ovens would it make sense to bring with me? 9? 9 ovens? Is 9 too many? Just gonna eat my potato. And get back to what I was doing. Which is just crafting ovens. Oh. I am, even though I sound like a tiny bit like a crazy person, I am going to want to bring a quern and possibly a cauldron with me. Whoops, fuck. I don't have a cauldron yet. But that can be something that we fix while we work on making rusks. Alright. Probably going to have to crawl on top of the oven to continue working on it because of my short stature. It is weird how not being able to breathe through my nose is making my brain not work. I mean, my brain doesn't work all the time. What's my favorite potion? I've actually not gotten into the making of potions just yet. Well, there's a pretty good one. It's like a glow potion that just requires cinnabar. The recall potion is probably going to be my best friend once I start properly exploring. For the cost of 1 temporal gear, which for reasons I've not gotten into, wouldn't even be that expensive, I can teleport home 4 times. Damn, this thing just keeps going. Climb on top of it. At that moment when you stand on your pottery project for a better angle. It sends you back to your spawn. But you can move your spawn around using other temporal gears. Oops. Alright. Just gotta make 1 more of those. Unfortunately, I'm not even done clay forming. So here was a good place. I suppose technically I could do it pretty much anywhere, considering monsters are no longer hostile to me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Chat's been disconnected. You good, chat? I seem to still be live. Whoops, not what I was trying to do. It says chat disconnected. Yet I am still live, so who knows what's going on. Yep, unable to connect to chat. Here's a good spot. Perfect. Oh, hello Moonlit Drifter. Gremlin Raid. How you doing? How was Risk of Rain 2? At least that does confirm that Twitch is still live. YouTube also seems to still be live, but I cannot connect to my own fucking chat. I'll have to probably refresh that. But back playing up. Whoops. I'm currently unable to breathe through my nose, which is not ideal. I'm otherwise fine. Anyway, welcome in Raiders. My name is Storyteller WMD, but I go by Satu. It's S-A-T-U, much easier to spell. It's short for Satu Sepa, which is the Finnish word for storyteller. I stream daily, but I have horrible ADHD, and I'm stupid, so the streams vary quite a bit in quality. Just breathing harder works until it doesn't. I don't know if this is a mucus issue or a sinus issue. It better not mean I'm getting sick again, because I was sick twice last month. And I do not want this pattern to continue. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. I know I'm just kind of doing a bunch of clay forming. This is the last oven I have to make, but we are not out of the woods yet, since I also have to make a small cauldron mold, and then just a shit ton of rusks. For exploration. I would like to make more pemmican, but I do not have a good source of animal fat. So pemmican is not an option. Vintage Story is a very good game. I have a lot of mods right now, so if you see something that's too weird, it's probably not vanilla. So what am I doing? I could just be doing this. So much easier. 1 second. I could just be doing this. Oh. This. So much easier. I might have to Give me a second. YouTube chat is struggling. I'm still live. My chat just doesn't work. Boom, ba-dum, boom. Boom, ba-dum. Let's go and put chat back. Pop chat back out. No, yep, chat's back. I don't know what he was struggling with. You're sick 8 times a year? That's just too many times. Alright. Well, hopefully you're not sick right now. Hopefully I'm not sick right now, either. Yeah, YouTube as a platform does not seem to be as good for live streaming. I am dual streaming, though. So it's not like I have to pick. Honestly, it is a bit more convenient to just dual stream and have YouTube save the VOD. When I first started streaming to Twitch, sometime last year, I stopped after a bit. But when I first started, basically I was letting Twitch upload the VOD for me, which was just an extra step. Alright. I can't believe that I actually managed to burn through all of that fire clay. A lot of it was made into bricks, which are pretty expensive. Necessary evil, though. That tower right there is unfired fire clay bricks. Boom, boom, boom. Stop it. Let's get down to Quiznos to eat some subs. I'm old and tired. I'm not a cannibal, but if you want to subscribe to my Twitch, I will eat you. You just have to ask really nicely. Life is short. Be consumed by the void. So much fucking pottery. And the worst part is that even after I'm done with this, and I almost am, I just have more pottery to look forward to. Yeah, I've heard that human tastes like pork, and I'm not a big fan of pork. Technically, I'm Jewish on my mother's side. I don't not eat pork because it isn't kosher. I just don't like it. I'm not a fan. I will eat small amounts of bacon in, like, pizza and sandwiches. There we go. Finally finished that shit. But, like, for bacon to be good in pizza and sandwiches, it has to be, like, really thin and crunchy. My kingdom. For a nose I can breathe through. I wonder if my place of work's employee relief fund would cover plastic surgery. I don't need to make my nose look nicer, I just need my nasal cavity to work. Ba-ba-bum. Yeah, if I gotta make... Whoops. So are we thinking a big cauldron or a small cauldron? Probably a small one. A big cauldron can make like 5 times as much stuff. But it also requires more metal. Blue cake cauldron mold. Small cauldron. Have I tried nasal strips? I've not. I have a plan to go to the bathroom. So when I get up to piss, I'll probably just put on some Vicks Vapor Rub or something. This so far does not seem... Well, I'm making the small one first. We'll end up with both eventually. Hell, I'm probably going to have multiple large cauldrons. As soon as I start making candy and shit in bulk. Candy's not as good as it used to be, because they changed the healing effect to be over time instead of instant. But candy is still weirdly good for healing. Like, if you find yourself bleeding out and you need a moment, perhaps do chew it over with Twix. It could stop the bleeding. Obviously just in the game, not in real life. I'm actually not a big fan of Twix, because I don't like caramel. I'm allergic to walnuts. I do like chocolate, and despite the fact that I'm not big on sweets, I will eat Skittles. If you want to talk about Skittles, or candy that is barely food, I don't think Skittles are even edible. Love them, though. Another candy I really like are those weird, like... They're not gummy bears. They're in the shape of gummy bears, but they're like a cinnamon candy. Those are pretty good. I don't know why they're shaped like bears, though. Just seems like an odd choice. When I think spicy cinnamon candy, I think bears. Whoops. Why am I struggling so much with my pottery? Going to have to conjure an axe and cut down that redwood tree. I will try to get more seeds from it. Of course, they won't actually grow until spring. Right? If you want to taste the rainbow, there's nowhere else you can go except Skittles. Now, there is a candy. I think it's called, like, Sixlets, or whatever. Which are weird, because they're, like, fruity-tasting chocolate, but it's candy-coated. I'm Erois. I wouldn't go around tasting people. Not to mention the whole not liking pork thing. What's funny is that I actually did lose a subscriber on YouTube like 2 streams ago, and I'm confident it's because I said I would not eat ass. Whoever was so offended by that they unsubscribed clearly wasn't there for the context. And the context was also stupid. Yeah, so you get it. I will often use the label Erois. More generally, I prefer the term just non-split asexual. My lack of attraction to others is so complete that splitting it so much, especially when it's technically non-split, don't make sense to me. I'm sure the split attraction model is great for people who do experience split attraction, but I dizzity don't. Wait, what? Was this about the ass-eating comment? Because it was relevant to the conversation. I might run out of blue clay. I can easily get more, but that's not the point. I wonder if I shouldn't just admit defeat and install Napster. There is a mod for this game called Napster, which just automatically does all this for you. How'd it go? Yeah, I mean, that's totally fair. Well, it's one of those things where, like, there are ways to prepare for it so that it is technically sanitary, but the human body is just really gross. So, like, nothing you do to prepare will keep anything in that area clean for longer than a bit. Because the human body is just constantly trying to be disgusting. I should download the human body. I know you're talking about him just being a pain in the ass. I do actually have to get up and go pee, which means I can put on that Vicks Vapor Rub, which will hopefully open my sinuses. Ads? Oh no. Well, if you'll start getting ads anyway, now's a good time to get up and piss. Go ahead and pause the game. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Aw, it doesn't fit. I'll just put draining the Liz. I shall return. I forgot I muted my microphone the old-fashioned way, but I am back. A Harry Potter ad to a trans person. I think Twitch is just trying to piss people off. I mostly get ads for cat food, and I don't have a cat. But honestly, the less advertisers know about me, the better. I should perhaps be a little bit more careful than that. Focus on the clay above the water's edge. Make sure I'm not still muted. Yeah, I'm good. Whoop. Look at all this shit. Look at this shit. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you say my collection's complete? I have tried dry cat food in the past. Wasn't a fan. I also tried dry dog food. Dry dog food is actually quite a bit better, since it is plain. Look how shiny this fucking stone is. Let's go and ignore that. Finish our pottery, wherever that is. Boom. I used to get ads for, like, dating shit. How does what taste? Sixlets. Blue clay. Oh shit, I might not have enough blue clay. How much fucking blue clay does a cauldron mold need? Apparently a lot. Well, shit. Well, let's go get more blue clay, I guess. Do I know what happened to my shovel? Making another one. Here we go. Well, this is a shovel. It's almost broken, but... beggars cannot be choosers. Whoop. Ah, you can tell that I've been collecting clay from around here. Here we go. I don't know if this is going to be enough. Interesting. Every message, after saying that you were getting the Harry Potter ad, does not seem to count as you being a raider. Also, I don't think your community stuck around, unfortunately. Probably should have brought up that I am also trans. Although I'm non-binary. Specifically agender, but I'm not a fan of the flag. Pull up the pronouns. Your streamer's pronouns are they, them, theirs. Sciatic nerve. Hopefully that gets sorted out. Your viewers are lurkers. That's totally fair. Honestly, lurkers are like the backbone of any streamer career. I do need to get more folks who like to chat going. YouTube chat's actually weirdly active. It is all one person, but like, even having like one person chatting is always really cool. Honestly, these vintage stories, streams, get more views than anything else. But I swear they always have the least people chatting. Whoop. So this truly is just like a lurker's game. What the hell is going on over here? It's just a cockatrice hanging out with a bowthorn. What an unusual friendship. Hello, another Jamie. On how not to die? Well, considering I'm playing in passive mode, I'm perhaps not the best teacher. In my earlier streams, when I was not in passive mode, I'm sure I gave some pretty decent advice. But what I'm doing right now, standing really close to a rift, wherever it is, bad idea. But a positive note about playing in passive is that hostile creatures like this guy, you can just walk up and pet him. Just hold shift and right click, and you pet him. Yes. Raptors can pet other raptors. Anyway, let's get back to my pottery. How much fucking clay is this thing going to take? Yeah, I do wish that night was a tiny bit more visible. Like, look how pretty that night sky is. I think it's weird that these stars don't produce any light at all. Because if I take my lantern off, it's this dark. I think that at least, unlike the night of a full moon, you should be able to see. Oh yeah. Wolves are pretty dangerous, but they're also like puppy dogs. So I don't mind when a wolf attacks me. It's stuff like the bowthorns that annoy the hell out of me. Because like if a wolf attacks me, that's fine. I'm in its home. Yeah, but these fuckers just run up and start throwing rocks at you. And it's like, oi, I was here first. Alright, thanks for stopping by, and have fun, the Moonlight Drifter. If I knew how to give a shout-out, I would give you a shout-out. I've done it in the past. Let me see if I can't figure that out. Just as you're leaving, give you the shout-out. Bum-ba-bum. Probably helps if I'm not in caps lock. The Moonlit Drifter. There we go. I think that worked. Also, I just noticed I've been reading your name wrong this entire time. What? Oh, look, nothing like Toothless. Okay, what was that sound? I'm used to strange sounds, but that one was unusually strange. Not to mention that Avali clearly have teeth. I mean, so does Toothless. I've seen the movie. If anybody asks. Whoops. What? Another layer? I thought it was done. I'm pretty sure that this cauldron requires as much metal as an anvil, so I probably won't be making it anytime soon. Or it might require 600 units. Can I escape this madness at some point? Hello friends, and welcome to the pottery stream. This entire stream I'm just going to be collecting and making shit out of clay. I actually do like the clay forming. I don't like making 2 ovens and then 2 cauldron molds in a row. That's just too much clay forming back to back to back. There we go, it's finally done. Would you not? Oh yeah, so weird hostile creatures like this Shiver. You can also pet them. Hold still. I'm trying to pet you. Pet the Shiver. Obviously, to pet them, you have to be playing in passive mode. Oh yeah, the chiseling is a lot of fun. Here, let me set this down. You're gonna have to collect grass anyway. So I'm using modded blocks. Get rid of this. I will probably research that at some point, not right now. So this here is called Netherite. It's added by Rustbound Magic, which is where I'm getting the spells from. And I think it makes a really cool countertop. So like, here's a Netherite countertop. Here's a debarked walnut log for like the base of the counter. This is a strip of moonstone. I don't think I'm going to keep it. But with another mod called KQ Chisels or whatever, I can take this table, smack that there, so this here is called a decorative table, like a regular table, but you can right-click with a chiseled block to change its shape. So yeah, this is my counter, and now I can actually make pie on it. This game is a lot of fun, even without mods. But it's also got some damn good mods. Minecraft, I only really have fun with if I play with a ton of mods, so I don't feel like Minecraft gets credit for that. Just completed your Duolingo? Hell yeah. Unfortunately, Duolingo does not have a lot of Finnish lessons. So I used Duolingo for a while, but I had to stop, because it didn't really have anything for me. I don't even know a lot of Finnish. I can say puhun vain vähän suomea, which just means I speak only a little bit of Finnish. It is pretty good for like more commonly spoken languages. So if you're learning French, German, or Spanish on Duolingo, it's actually usable. But if you learn anything, like learning anything a little bit more niche, like Finnish or Croatian, there's just not that much on that. That's kind of silly looking. Let's cover it with sticks. Perfect. Hopefully my fire clay doesn't catch fire. Or if it does catch fire, hopefully it, for some reason, counts. Boom. Alright, just needs the fort. Still nothing there. Alright. Going to get some cauldrons being made. Or rather, we're making the molds for the cauldrons. Where the fuck am I going? Other than insane. What do you want? What? You're not supposed to be hostile to me. I'm in passive mode. I don't have any weapons. I do wonder what happened to it. If it was attacked by another entity, it would turn hostile to me, but I didn't hit it. Come back here. This is what I think about your right to live. Oh, there we go. What's funny, though, is that I was just thinking to myself how odd it is it wasn't throwing rocks. If a monster, or even an animal, takes damage from, like, an environmental thing, and then you happen to be close enough to it, it will go hostile. But I didn't even start my charcoal pits yet, so there's no way it took fire damage. Ow. That was fire damage. Oh shit, I'm on fire. Run for it. There we go. Extinguish the fire. Good thing I didn't come close to dying. Let's go ahead and sort out my health. It's a tiny bit low. Eat some food. I think I've got bandages in here somewhere. If you've ever played the Starbound Avali mod, that is the sound that they make when they take damage. I don't think it was taken directly, but it was recreated from the Starbound damage sounds. As a species, Avali actually came from Spore. And because they used the shark mouth, they had really deep voices, so it's odd that it is canonical that they've got like bird chirp noises. But since they are small space raptors, the bird chirping is a little bit more appropriate. Anyway, let's make some fucking rusks. Rusks are not a vanilla thing, unfortunately. So if you take some bread, like I'm working on making now, and then you bake it, you cut it into slices and then bake it again, so effectively you're just making toast. They keep for a really long time, even in your pocket. I'm not planning on keeping them in my pocket. I'll be keeping them on my boat, but they will still be going bad. If not faster on my boat, actually. I've not checked. Unfortunately, rusks are not currently compatible with expanded foods. If they were, I could make really damn good rusks. Are they even healthy? I mean, I can't imagine they would be that healthy to eat only rusks in real life, but I'm making rye rusks right now. Which are 280 satiety. So they'll definitely keep you from starving. Satiety maxes out at 1500, though, so you'd have to eat a couple of them to, like, fill you up from starving. But the appeal is that they last a really long time in your inventory. And honestly, I just need to find, like, a place that I would like to build my house. So I probably won't need that much food. I've heard satiety pronounced a couple of different ways. I say satiety. I've seen people say it as satiety, which I think is also appropriate. I've seen some people look at the word satiety, say fuck that, and then just pronounce it as saturation, which is totally acceptable. I'm seeing satiety spelled out like that. It's so weird looking. Sanity is a different mechanic. Mine's at 100% because I'm the most sane person in any room. You can tell, because sane people have sanctums and cast spells. My sanctum is shit. Don't look at it. That is also not a vanilla feature. Since the bird that I'm playing as is canonically a mage, I like having Rustbound magic, even though Rustbound magic is not very good. I mean, it's fine. Rustbound magic is not a bad mod, it's just unfortunately the only magic mod that exists at the moment, so it's easy to feel stuck when there's like only one player in the game. Meanwhile, Rustbound magic is a lot closer to like the Thaumcraft of old, whereas the magic that I would like access to is more like a Ars Nouveau or Ars Magica 2. Ars Nouveau just being the successor to Ars Magica. Bum, ba, boom. Don't worry, I'm only going to have to grind up one more stack of rye. I do wish that rusks were compatible with expanded foods, because I could make some bread with a ton of satiety in it. I don't like fire magic. I understand the meme, but that's more of a wizard thing. When I say mage, I mean more like a sorcerer. Although Mayavali is clearly a necromancer, which we do not have a necromancer mod yet for this game. If I can become popular in the vintage story space, I can eventually throw my weight around and have people make my silly mods for me. There's a couple things that I would like. For one, it would be cool if when you put a figurehead on a sailboat, it would mark it on your map, so I would stop losing my boat. The same way putting a medallion on an elk marks it on your map. Super useful feature. Or I could just stop losing my boat. Either of those two things. But also, I think it would be really cool if we could, like, get a diving bell. Because if you look at my map, my world is mostly ocean. And there's ore down there. So if I had a diving bell, I could safely descend to the ocean floor, do some prospecting to even see what's in the area. And then if I find something I'm actually looking for, get a proper mine going down there. Although honestly, necromancy sounds like it would be a lot easier thing to add than another mod which I would really like, which is I just want to be able to live on my boat. Like, I would build cottages and stuff, sure. But if my boat could just have, like, some storage, which boats do, even when in vanilla, but I would also like a bedroom and a kitchen, so if I could just get those three things on a boat, I would be happy. Problem is you'd have to change the way boats work. Because as it is, unless you're sitting down, you fall through the boat So having a solid one that you can walk around on is not currently possible. Heck, I would be fine with a boat that you can only walk around on if it's not moving. Considering it would be a pretty silly idea to sleep while you're the only one on the boat, actively sailing. It would be weird to sleep while moving anyway. So if I have to stop moving just to sleep or make some food, I'd be willing to do that. Oh yeah, I would like to play the game as like a migratory bird, pretty much. I think it would be cool to set up bases on different islands in different climates, so you could pretty much just have several farms, and just sail between them. Of course, I am a crazy person, so what I like doing the most in this game is farming and preparing food. So my weird, I just want to sail around and make food playstyle would make a lot more sense in a server. I could make like a food truck, but it's a boat. And so like on specified times, I could sail up to like an island where people live and just be like, hey, do y'all want some of the best stew you've ever had? And then trade temporal gears for them. Obviously food spoilage would be quite an issue unless you can sail really fast. But my giant houseboat would obviously have more than one sail. So less of an issue. Another thing is it would be cool if somebody could help me make it to where boats do not tip backwards when you move quickly. Because I know how to mess with the config and make the boat faster. What I don't know how to do is make it not look stupid when it's going too fast. And the reason I bring that up, I don't think you were here for it, Pocket, but when I moved my boat earlier, running around at the speed of sound. My boat probably doesn't have to be parked so far from the island. I don't think it's going to get cold enough that the ocean around it freezes. The ocean has already frozen in some spots, but I think it's only freezing over the seaweed for some reason. Anyway, so if I sit on the driver's seat, moving forward and backward is not that much faster, but if I drop my sail, I am Newman. This is actually still slower than my canoe, but it is a tiny bit less ridiculous looking, and has significantly more storage. There are not ghosts. I think lore-wise, drifters are kind of like ghosts. I think that there are people that committed horrible acts in their past life. But one of the default classes is a malefactor. And it specifies that you committed some horrible crime in the past. So not all criminals are drifters. So presumably not all drifters are criminals. Or perhaps not even all drifters were once living people. So I don't know if they count as ghosts. But some of them used to be humans. Drifters being those weird guinea pig looking things that attacked me in the dark. Obviously they don't look like guinea pigs and I'm just a crazy person. But some of them do be pretty damn guinea pig looking. Especially when they stick your head through your door at night. Some of them look an awful lot like capybaras. From before the world was reset. Is my boat freezing over? That's hilarious. I didn't know the boat could do that. I should probably go to half-mast. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, so what is the deal with Jonas? Is Jonas Nick Jonas? Or, I actually can't remember the names of any of the other Jonas brothers. I only remember the name of Nick Jonas because I guess he was in Wizard 101. I can't even remember the context for that. Oh. Looking up a video? Alright, I'll possibly do that. There's also lore books. Hell, there are lore books I've read, but I've not actually looked at them. That's a play. Probably not helpful. MadPat did a Vintage Story lore video. Honestly, if this game just added like a combat role or something, we could get VatiVidya to make a lore video. Caused the rest, kinda. That's fair. I did eventually pick it up, but I had like 250 rust just sitting on the floor. So I was gonna cause a second blight. You know what's funny is that I did do the story missions, so I know who Tobias is. I met the guy. And then I killed his pet Belle just to see if you could. And you can, and then I felt bad. And that Belle did nothing wrong. There are story dungeons that contain lore. You can also find books in, like, ruins, as well as when panning in bony soil. My goodness. The worst part is that even though I'm almost done grinding the flour, I still have to collect firewood. And then cook it all. So much to do. But it's important work. Bum bum bum. Also, thank you for the follow, another Jamie. I somehow missed that. I saw you in chat, but I need to be better at looking at other important stuff as well. Unfortunately, I'm a one-monitor streamer, so I've got all the important stuff just kind of transposed on the screen, semi-transparent, which is not the best way to keep track of it all. Alright, let's go ahead and start by making a little puddle of water over here. Alright, that should not freeze. Go pick this up. Oh, that's my own coal. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I'm not 1 block tall. I'm 1.26 blocks tall. I'm also not a heat, but I am a raptor. Don't make me pull it up again. Your streamer's pronouns are they, them, theirs. Whoop. Fuck. Also now struggling with the controls. My struggling with the controls are not a gender thing. I'm just stupid. Let's go and eat some food. I'm going to have to summon an axe. Nom nom. Stop with the barrels. Oh yeah. Corn oil. Blackcurrant syrup. My wild yeast is spoiling, but there's not a whole lot I can do about that. Eventually, I'll be able to make glass bottles. Actually, I think this is done. Yeah, 12 glass. So if I wasn't lazy, now I could make 12 bottles. Butter? Will they be adding butter to the game? As somebody who enjoys cooking food, the more ways to actively do that would be cool. Oh, you're just making jokes. If Vicar were here, they're really into jokes. I don't know that Vicar is not still lurking, but if they are, their headphones broke. Which does make viewership difficult. I'm gonna make some more ladders. Or I can collect the ladders I've got sitting around. If only I could make a working brain. Alright. So if you cut the leaves and stuff first with shears, you have a significantly higher chance of getting a seed in return. With my mods, even if I don't get a seed, I won't be screwed over. But cutting down an entire tree and not getting a single seed is kind of annoying. Whoops. Stop fucking it up, me. I guess I'm one stick shy anyway. Whatever. There should be enough ladders. I say should, because I'm hoping it is. Although it is looking an awful lot like I'm not going to get a single seed from this. Whoop. Oh. And we're going down. I'm yelling timber. You can delete messages on YouTube and live chat. People can remove their own messages, yes. I might have the power to remove messages. I'm pretty sure I do. Would be weird if you couldn't. Gonna put this down. And put these down. Get my axe. And my bow. Alright. Oh, I don't have enough mana. There we go. Easy fix. Oh, a chopping we will go. A chopping we will go. Hi-ho, a Dario, a chopping we will go. Would have been really nice to have gotten a seed from that. But redwood is a really damn good source of firewood. Like, if you can get a good couple redwood trees growing, you'll have more firewood than you will ever need. Of course, I can just use a tiny bit of mana to summon an axe from the ether. Oh, what you won't be able to do in vanilla? Alright. Almost ready to start making some rusks. And probably stack this firewood somewhere out of the way. Over here is good. Would be nice if I had like an aesthetically pleasing kitchen to be doing all of this in. Oh, but just out here in the snow works. Oh. I actually can't build that higher because of the tree. There we go. Alright, dough made. This is going to be so much nicer. With multiple ovens. Still going to be tedious. Whoop. But honestly, tedium isn't always bad. Just means it's relaxed. I had that one light before the one I was starting to light first. There we go. I mean, it can be both aesthetic and practical. The reason I've got that QP chisel mod, or whatever it's called, is so that you can make functional blocks still look good. Hell, you can even take one of these ovens and make it look like a microwave. I don't know why you would do that. Other than that it's funny. Obviously, you would still have to load the microwave with fire or wood to preheat it. And even doing that, you wouldn't be able to open the microwave door. You would pretty much just be popping resources in through it. Alright. Unfortunately, the middle one is going to be done first. And then the outer two. Let's go ahead and watch my baked goods. Wild that the Avali sit like that. I don't think they would be able to sit cross-legged the way the Seraphs do. But it just looks odd to me. Not that I've got any better ideas. Just make the Avalis like Slav squat. What could possibly go wrong? Come on, I want to get some rusks made. Why is it so quiet? Music, the sound of wind, anything would be nice at this moment. Alright, now I can load them. Left to right, as I feel makes more sense. Oh fuck, I don't have a knife. There we go. Go away, taskbar. Alright, back to what I was doing. An ad about some new game called Million Lord. Does not sound familiar at all. Bum ba dum bum. Bum ba doo. Look at that cockatrice over there. What are you doing, buddy? It's just a little sweetheart. Alright, this is much more practical, having multiple ovens. The amount of time this would take with just one oven is, well, about 3 times longer, actually. As soon as those rusks are done, we will get to see what they look like in my pocket, like storage-wise. Alright, the rusks are actually already done. So in my pocket, it will last 2.5 years. Unfortunately, there's not a proper tea mod. One of the mods that I have technically adds tea, but it's not real tea. It's just a potion base. Actually, two of my mods add tea. Rustbound Magic has something called tea, but it's just a mana potion. So, not a good day for tea lovers in modded Vintage Story so far. Beverages, as a whole, really aren't that much of a thing. It would be cool if they were. Yes, alas, no tea party. I mean, if you had a couple Rust mages together, you could host a tea party. But yeah, these rusks are pretty good. 280 satiety, 2.5 years. Why can't I pick these up? Did my game crash, or is it just a lag spike? Just a lag spike. This is unfortunately an unstable version of the game with unstable mods. Usually it does run better than this. That being said, Vintage Story does actually require a weirdly beefy PC. It's got a lot going on, though. After this wave of stuff, I'm probably going to want to reheat the ovens. You want to keep them above 200. It is weird, if you watch the bread closely, when it goes from dough to part baked, it rotates in the oven. Give it a second. Alright, well, have fun. Thanks for keeping me company. I'll be stopping the stream sooner or later. Yeah, look, it rotates in the oven. Why does it do that? It's more funny than annoying. I just find it odd. Like, it doesn't particularly bother me, it's just strange. One second. It's got restless bread syndrome. Let's go ahead and grab some wood, reheat these a bit, just so that the bread actually bakes. Boom. Wait, that's not how I'm keeping that. Just out of force of habit. I like to put stuff down. Anyway, Pocket, how do you feel about the rusks lasting 2.5 years just sitting in my pocket? Too much time? Not enough time? If that drifter walks into one of my ovens, takes damage, and then gets hostile, I'll be a tiny bit pissed off. Or I'm just here to make some bread. Obviously, the rusk are a modded food. If you look there, it says it's from the pemmican mod. The pemmican mod also adds pemmican, which is really damn good. Whoop. 700 satiety. You can cook it, but it's better to make soups and stews and shit. Honestly, considering you can package pemmican and potato chips, and then rusks don't need packaging to be good. You could just have a bunch of that stuff, and then just make some really good soups, or stews rather, when you need them. Alright, good. It took no damage from my ovens. Come on, bread. You can hear a shiver smacking its face into the ground. I wonder why they do that. Boom, ba-dum. Boom, ba-dum. I'm probably going to end the stream after I make these, last rusks. I've got a full another stack of rye flour that will also be made into rusks. Because they're in constant pain. That could be why. What's up? Alright, good chat. Honestly, the shivers are such strange creatures. A lot of fun. I actually like them. They're just like puppy dogs, for real. Dang, I'm probably going to have to reheat these ovens again. I feel like the ovens are cooling down faster than usual, but to be fair, they are outside in the snow. Could have something to do with it. Yeah, my ovens that I keep outside in the snow for some reason are cooling down faster than usual. What's up with that? We'll get these made into rusks. Find out how long they stay fresh in my boat. Because if they decay slower in the boat than they do in my pocket, that's going to be pretty powerful. And what time is it anyway? Oh, it's already 7:20. No wonder I'm so tired. Although I think I get tired so early in the morning because I'm old. But to be fair, if I wanted 8 hours of sleep, I would have had to have gone to bed like 20 minutes ago. So it's not that early. I'm so old, sent out. It is weird how that Bowthorn just walked forward, saw me, and then walked away. It's like, oh shit. Excuse me. I wonder how many ovens are a reasonable amount of ovens. I think having a row of 3 would look good, but I would like them to be stacked too high, so 6 ovens. Does that sound like too many ovens? Although I really do be out here farming and cooking, like I'm feeding a small army. On the server that I spent most of my time playing on a while ago, I was feeding 9 people, at least at first. Alright, so these are the last 8 I gotta make. And then we'll see how long they last in the boat. If it's longer, great. If it's not longer, probably don't need them to last longer than that, really. Bum, ba bum bum bum. Bum bum. Nah, so if rusks ever do get compatible with what the fuck just happened there? Expanded foods, and I can make rusks that have more than just grain satiety, it will be the most overpowered thing. Wow. Alright, so the last 2.5 years in my pocket. Nope, I want to put them in the first one. Yep, 2.5 years. In storage, it's also 2.5 years. So I guess it's basically just the same as if it was on my person. Which, 2.5 years is still plenty of time. But real quick, I don't want to go into creative mode and show something off. Bum, 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 bum. Single player. Testing delete later is a good place. It remembers all that came before. Taste and smell. Grand inventions. The chef and the apprentice. Glimmers in the soil. Burning sparks. Molded forms. Simple tools. Leyline essence gateways. It calls to you. Return again. Well, I'd better call back. I gotta be going to bed soon. Alright, so. Oh, yeah. I don't know where they are. Over here, I can show off the bismuth herb hooks real quick. Now, so these two on the right are bismuth. I made one with walnut, and then this one was made with ebony. They are not that dissimilar, actually. I didn't know I could make one out of molyblecalcos. I'll have to see if that looks any good. That's not why we're here, though. Let's go and give myself a cooking pot. Let's go and give myself a black ceramic one, since that's what I plan on making in the future. A bunch of pemmican. I need 12. Alright. Well, actually, I can just get them from here. Let's go ahead and 6 potato chips. And then 6 corn rusks. Let's go and take that off. Put you in here. What's in here anyway? 40 units of bismuth? Not useful to me. Boom. Boom. So everything in here is like shelf stable for a really long time. And soon, it's going to be a really good meal. Alright, so this was just a little proof of concept for the counter. Was working on it. Oh, I think that what I've got going with the debarked walnut log actually does look better, though. Come on. Rápidamente, por favor. No peas tiquitos. Oh yeah, so while we wait for that to cook, check out these magnificent creatures. They are called bison. And they're fucking huge. I can even ride on their back. Sounds like it's purring. Interesting. It also sounds really loud, even though I'm super far from it at this point. Probably a bug. But bison saddles only require 6 leather, nails and strips. That's actually not that expensive. But bison saddle bags... Why am I in caps lock? Saddle bags. Bison. Oh, are they not craftable? Well, they've got 32 inventory slots. So if they are craftable, and they used to be, well, that's a lot of storage. Come on, hurry up. Hurry up. Oh yeah, so this thing over here, it's called a direwolf. Now you can ride on them too, but the model clips into them for some reason. Oh, I just think it's fun having a big-ass direwolf. Oh, also this save is using the old skin before I changed the colors. Well, I changed one of the colors. Well, two of them. Come on, hurry up. Right, so everything that went into this stew will last basically forever in storage. And it's got 1,560 protein satiety, 350 vegetable, and then 350 grain. So if you just survived off of this while out exploring, I'll have to see once it cools down how long it stays fresh. And probably not nearly as long as any of the resources required to make it. But yeah, that by itself is already really darn good. I don't know where, but you can attach a cooking pot to a direwolf. Here. Here. Do I need saddlebags to do it? Can you hold my cooking pot? Nope, there you go. Just staple it to its shoulder. Does it look less weird when you're standing? It looks a tiny bit less weird. Nope, not really. Eventually, there are going to be giant spiders. No. I meant to look for it in here. Giant spiders don't exist yet, but little spiders are awfully cute. I can't wait until I have giant spider mouths, and then I lose literally every single one of my arachnophobic viewers. But that being said, I do gotta go to bed. Let's go and appreciate this old model. Well, anyway, look at all the spiders scuttling around. If you've been hanging out, whether you're chatting or just lurking, I want you to know that you're appreciated. If you're watching this in the future, at some point as a VOD and have somehow watched the entire thing, you have the patience of a saint and are equally appreciated. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and fizzity farewell. Oh yeah, there's also horses, but they're not as cool as bisons or direwolves. And they're definitely not as cool as giant spiders. Giant spiders